Hello everyone, welcome to Startup Academy. So this is the most important lecture and also your demo class. This shall be your recorded class and the lectures that we shall be providing will be the live class of course. So this is the most important lecture as you will get to know how we shall be covering our political science, or I would say that how we can cover the polity in the upcoming lectures or in the upcoming batches. This is for UPSC ISS examination, that is the Lakshya batch, and also for the ADSO examination that you gonna give. So let's start with our topic. So the topic shall be just the basic intro because it is the demo class and you all must be busy with your statistics subjects. Therefore, I will make sure to drive your attention towards this topic as well because it holds great importance in your examination. Of course, for ISS examination aspirants, those who are preparing to appear in ISS examination, they must be knowing that how important political knowledge is for them because it holds approximately 20 marks for their GS examination and also for the ADSO examination. I guess the last question paper I took a note about, so it had majorly approximately 4 to 5 questions from your political sections only. So I shall try to cover a bit of portion in it so that I can introduce to you about myself, I can introduce you and about the subject as well. So I am from Startup Academy. I shall be taking up your GS, major part of it, and we shall be having great communication if you will come to my live lectures that shall be starting soon because of the Lakshya batch and of course for the ADSO as well. So this was my intro and coming to the intro of the topic. So we are starting, as I told you, that we shall be starting about nothing but polity. So you can write your unit as polity. All the aspirants, ISS aspirants must be knowing me before, but for ADSO, I am new to you. So if you have not seen my lectures, you can go and see the lectures that are available on the YouTube. So that will be acting as a demo only. But for ADSO, it is quite important कि आपको थोड़ा objective knowledge के लिए भी I should motivate you. So here I am, and we are talking about polity, and this is your lecture number 1. All right. So in political science, let's say we are just all lame. Okay. We are not aware what is happening around there and this. We are just concerned about what is happening in our statistics. So coming out of statistics, you are stepping into the world. Now this world is your India. Supposedly, this world is your India, and in India you just want to you are just somewhere in your room and someone is coming around you and someone says that okay, come on, let's go and give a vote. Now you are confused, why shall I give a vote and whom shall I vote for? Like, you don't know anything about statistics, so I am taking from that perspective. So here starts the journey of political science, that means the polity. A polity polity in itself you must have read. I am just thinking that you have a bit of knowledge about Chanakya and the Arthashastra. So he is actually considered that he is the major role playing member in writing the Arthashastra. And he helped Magad, how the Magad evolved because of Chanakya, and Nanda dynasty, how it evolved and how it got dissolved as well. So that is because of Chanakya. So he is known as a great member. So with that thought, with his thoughts and with the Greek philosopher Aristotle, we have a great term in our science or in our GS examination that refers to polity. Polity in itself, polity in general term means state. State. Polity in lame terms means state, like Greek, according to Greek philosophers, according to our Chanakya ji, and Chanakya wrote Arthashastra. You must be all aware that it came in the Vedas period of time. So he wrote Arthashastra. So during that period of time, Nanda dynasty was there, and he wanted Nanda dynasty to just evolve around and just do whatever it has done. So that was because of Chanakya. So coming back to the topic, if we have polity, polity means the state. Now you are aware, okay, this is polity and polity means the state. Now the first thing that comes in our polity is the major term that you all must be aware of, that is constitution. What is meant by constitution? What if I talk in general terms again? No one is asking you about the basic definition of the constitution, but you should know since we are starting with the topic. So let's cover this as well. Okay, constitution in general means law or our rule book. All right, law and rule book. Constitution refers to something which is a law and which depicts the law about the community or the society or specifically the state. Okay, supposedly we as Indians we have our constitution, and to be fortunate enough it is known as the lengthiest constitution ever in the world or ever in the history that has been made. So we own constitution, and in lame terms, in general terms, what does constitution means? Constitution means that I shall be the head. I shall be the head and no one else will be the head. This is what the constitution means. Also, what or how we can represent constitution? We can represent constitution by saying that it is the prestigious book which says that only I shall be obeyed. Nothing will be more prime to constitution. So it is the prime lead. Nothing can go against constitution. That is what the constitution itself means. Also, what else can we say? We can say that the constitution is nothing but people's faith. It is nothing but people's faith and belief of justice. This is what we say constitution to be, as that it is a rule book in which the rules are mentioned, how you need to behave, how the government needs to behave, and how the people need to behave. This is what the constitution means. And then it is the prime lead as well. And second most important thing, it is about the people's faith, how the people need to work, and sorry, how the people will believe in the coming part or in their following part or in the justice that will be availed to them. All right, what else can we call to be a constitution? It can be a system followed by government to rule over certain part of the country or over the whole part of the country. So this is how we can define constitution. These are just the simple lamest term one could ever think of. Okay, now we all know what constitution is, and this is all about your constitution. And most importantly, when we are talking about this much of the constitution, so we can talk about some more thing, like more thing says that we can add like we have we have how many articles. We have divided our constitution into articles. We have divided it into schedules, and we have divided it into parts. And for your knowledge, let me tell you, for the articles, we have 448 articles along with 12 schedules and 25 parts. This is the right amount right now, but originally we had 395 approximately along with 8 schedules and 22 parts. This was the original one. Now the newly formed things are these. So this you need to remember. ADSO students, kindly make sure that you learn these terms because they can be ever asked in your examination. So this is about the constitution. One more thing that should be added over here is that it is the lengthiest constitution. Which country has it? It's our country, dear. It's our country, that is India. Okay? So this is whole about the constitution, and the things to be learned is this. You can mark it important, you can give it a star, you can give it a heart, and you can mark it important. Okay, these are for tick mark questions. ISS students, kindly wait for a moment. Your part is also coming. So this is for ADSO, major important part, because you have objective type of questions, so they can directly ask you this particular thing. Also, something that could be asked over here is this. So these two are the major parts. You can take note of it. Okay, coming on to the next part. After this constitution thing, the thing that we can talk about is the types of constitution. What are you talking about? Types of constitution. This is the first thing that we are ever hearing or we have ever heard. What do you mean by types of constitution? Constitutions could be of many types. Like this is for it could be written constitution or it could be unwritten part as well. That means the rule book could have the coded versions like the articles, the parts could be in the codified manner, like we have so many articles like article 1 clause 1, article 2 clause 2, article 3 clause 3, clause 4, clause 5, like this so many things could be there. That means when we talk about the types of constitution, the first characterization is about the written and the unwritten part. So written is always codified version. Written articles, written constitutions are always codified. Whereas when we talk in terms of unwritten constitution, they are not codified. No codes are mentioned. No codes are there. Here the codes could be there like Article 1, Clause 1, Article 1, Clause 2, Article 1, Clause 3. There are these clauses, and this is how we call it. One is written and another is not written. ठीक है, like this is what another characterization that we can do. This was the written and unwritten. How about we call it enacted and another one we call it evolved. Now what is this? Enacted means to pass a law. To pass a law. Enacted means to pass a law, and evolve means evolving with respect to time, of course. Okay, now enacted means there will be a body shall be there, that body shall be writing all the constitution rules. Once the rules are written, after the writing of the rules, they shall be enacted, means they shall be passed on. After passing on, they shall come into force within single go. This is what the enacted means. That means a single body shall write the rules, and they are enforced in a single go. Like we can take an example like our constituent assembly that came in 1947. They came together, they met in 1947, and they wrote. When did they wrote? 1949. In 1949 they actually wrote it on 26 November. On November 26 they actually wrote it. That means they enacted the rules. After enactment, when did it come into force? It came into force on 26 January 1950. Came into force. This is what the enacted constitution means. तो अपना एग्जाम्पल लेकर के when we got to know कि our constitution is enacted, क्योंकि मीटिंग कब हुई? In 1947. In 1947 was the meeting. In 1949 enactment was done. On November 1949 enactment was done, and on 26 January 1950 the things came into the force, that too in a single go. This needs to be taken care of. Also for ADSO, the predicted question या फिर AYQ, that means आने वाला question could be these dates, like when did it came into force, when was it enacted, when was it applied, or when did the meeting establish, or when who was the leader. So at that time Rajendra Prasad was the presidentship that was holding the presidentship. So you all should take care of that. Now talking about the evolvement. What is evolving? Evolving means with respect to time, the rules are coming. That means, supposedly, we have a monarchy system, and in the monarchy system, there are the rulers who are evolving with time. Like, we shall not be getting into religious bias shall not be there. So, religious bias shall be abolished. Then, slavery shall be abolished. And what else? Things could be added on further. Supposedly, it is 11 now, then 21st now, and then 23rd, and so on. The things could be evolved with respect to time. Also, one more thing, they are not always they are not always coming into the force within a single go. No single go things are there. And for evolvement, you need to do slavery abolishment. Slavery abolishment. Like this, the things can come. Like with respect to time, things are evolving, and hence your constitution. So, this is what enacted and constitution means. This was your secondary characterization or differentiation with respect to the types of constitution. Now, coming to the most important part, that means unitary. Unitary and federal. What does these two terms means? If a state is said to be as unitary, it means it will be having single citizenship. What does single citizenship means? Single citizenship. It means that if you are if you are a resident of Andhra Pradesh, you shall be known as resident of Andhra Pradesh as well as resident of India. But in single citizenship, you shall only be known as the resident of India. That means central has the whole power. Central will be ruling. Supposedly, the center is not able to manage the administration of I would say the local government. Therefore, it can appoint local government, and the appointment of the local government could be on the basis or on the will of the central government itself. That means the whole power shall be in hand of the central government. So here the leader is what? The leader is nothing but the central government. This is what the central government and single citizenship means. What about the local government? When we talk about the local government works only on the will of only on the will of central government. What about federal? What is meant by federal? Federal means the center will have the power, but the power shall be divided, and those divided organs will keep a track on each other. Supposedly, here division of power is observed. Division of power is observed. That means we have state organs. We have a state. The state has three organs. That means one is judiciary, another is legislature, and then is executive. When these are the three organs, that means the central power has been divided. Once the power has been divided, therefore judiciary will keep a track on legislature, and legislature will keep a track on executive, whereas executive will keep a track on judiciary. This is how the power has been divided, and they all are keeping track on each other. That's why what happens? Supposedly I give you a situation. Suppose we have a situation like there's a discrepancy between you and me, and I being the uh, being the head of the state, and you being the head of the central government. I being the head of the local government, and you being the head of the central government. Therefore, we both go to the judiciary. Judiciary will look into the book of the constitution and manage accordingly between our discrepancy. Whereas if there would not have been a separation of judiciary, if there would not have been the separate power with the judiciary, like if judiciary would have been independent, suppose say judiciary is independent. Judiciary is independent. That means what? Judiciary would have favored what? Judiciary either would have favored you or would have favored me. If judiciary would not have been independent, then it would have come into influence over something, either you or me, either state or the local government. Then the favor would have been the biased. That means the judicial review would have been biased. So in order to prevent that, the judiciary needs to be independent. That means it will keep a track, but it is independent. Therefore, the judicial review has to be maintained independently, so that no biased reviews are given from the judiciary side, because the constitution says, our constitution says that we have the faith, we hold the faith and the belief of people, which we cannot dissolve like that. Since people are trusting us with something, we cannot do anything wrong to them. Therefore, it needs to be this. Now, another thing that means the division of power is there. Another thing is that our constitution should be rigid. That means if you are trying to amend anything, if you are trying to change any of the articles, any of the discrepancies you feel like the constitution, supposedly now you become the member of the parliament and you believe that article 1 is not good. That means it is not including Jammu and Kashmir. Therefore, I do not feel that it is good. Therefore, I shall be deleting it. So this attitude of yours shall come to an end when you will get to know that our constitution is rigid. That means you cannot make any amendment on the basis of your position in the parliament. Therefore, you hold no relevance. Instead, the whole body holds relevance. That's why making any changes in the system of ours makes it rigid. So this is how you can call something to be a rigid. And then we have, of course, anything or nothing. Nothing will come over constitution. That means supreme is what? Supreme is our constitution. And since our constitution is written, we should have written constitution for it to be federal. So these are the characteristics for a state to be called as federal. Now I will ask you a question. Throw light. Throw light on your minds, not on the question. The light is already there on the question. Throw light on your mind and tell whether Indian Constitution is unitary or federal. So, my dear students, this question has been asked so many times. This question has been challenged so many times in front of the law, in front of the justice, in front of the jury, and after their concentrative belief, we got to know that our constitution is quasi federal. What is quasi federal? Quasi refers to false, falsely, which just seems. सिर्फ ऊपर ऊपर से दिखाना. Quasi refers to false. And federal is what we have just studied. See, can you say that there is division of power? Do we have state and the central government? Of course we have. Can you say that there is division of power? Division of power is there. Can we amend anything in the constitution just like that? That means our constitution is rigid because it requires majority. Majority, majority will also cover today. Then what happens when there is a dispute between things? Therefore, judiciary, and judiciary is independent. Our judiciary is independent of the biases. Then, since all these are the characteristics, also the major characteristic is supreme power. Supreme power is constitution which is written. Since these are the characteristics of being a federal, are you not agreeing with me that we all possess that? We all have it. Therefore, it should be federal. But, for it to be quasi, for it to be false, for it to hear a false situation in front of it, we have single citizenship. We have single citizenship. We have right to emergency. Emergency could be pondered upon. That means we also have president's rule. We also have president's rule. In certain states, right now, which state is under president's rule? This is my question to you. You need to throw light upon this question now because it's not on the board, so no light is available. Okay, so since these are the things making it unitary and the major part making it federal, therefore we call it quasi-federal. Therefore, our constitution, this is the most asked question and most important question from the side of or the point of view of the UPSC. Therefore, the favorite question This is their favorite question. Every second time they ask it, just like that, throwing it in front of the students. And for this, I have the proof as well. This is your ADSO paper. Let me just show you the paper. This is your ADSO paper. That is the general ability test they're asking you. And in this paper, if you will ponder upon the question number, where's the question? Okay, here, the question number 106. See, guys, characterization, they're asking about the political system of India. Characterization of political system of India. Is our system federal or unitary? So from here we can mark the federal terms, but we will cancel out the unitary terms because it is known to be as quasi federal. And what does this quasi mean? Quasi means the center will be having the power, and therefore it becomes parliamentary federal and not the presidential, because president is just the playing head, the rolling head, whereas the PM is the role model, not of our, of course, but acting head is the PM only. Therefore, it becomes the parliamentary federal. Like this, you can solve little questions that are asked. Also, I can show you another thing, the upcoming topic of ours. Mm, the upcoming topic had. Okay, the upcoming topic of ours says that you need to cover the articles. When we shall be covering the articles, we shall be knowing that question number 107 and previously question number 109 could be done by us along with question number 110. So see, we just noticed one question paper. Out of that, 4 questions are from the first prefaces of the constitution itself. So why can't we just focus upon that? And we cannot just lie on that, focusing on the first few pages of the constitution book and leaving the rest because first few have already come. What about talking about the rest papers? So that needs to be taken care of. Okay. These questions are also very important. Like Article 1 of Indian Constitution describe. Article 1 says India, that is union of state. India, that is Bharat, is union of all state. So we shall cover it when we shall cover about this article section also. And ISS aspirants, this is the most favorite question for ISS. And as I said, UPSC, the most popular question and the most famous question, their favorite part is to ask this. Every time they're not getting anything, every time they'll bring this topic and they will ask you, because the jury was not able to decide, so they think that you possess that characteristic, that you will be able to characterize the political system of ours. Therefore they are pondering, or they are thinking that obviously we have the smart students in this world now, and new generation would be more smarter than the previous jury ones. Therefore, we believe that you will be able to answer this question of ours, whether it is quasi-federal, whether it is federal, whether it is unitary, and this is indeed a big question. So I hope you know now why we are quasi-federal and not the whole federal and not the whole unitary. All right. So you can take a screenshot of it. Then we shall move on forward. Okay. After this thing, we have a new topic. Preamble. Preamble is like whenever you open a book, there's a preface. Preface telling you about what all is there in the book. So this is the preface of the Constitution. Preamble, you can call preamble as preface of the Constitution. And if you remember your old school days, golden school days instead, you used to take a pledge. Along with the pledge, you also used to recite, or must have recited it many times, the preamble, which started as we, we, not the students actually, we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved. That means we, the people of India. So don't you think that The source of preamble is nothing but the people of India. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India. It goes like, we, the people of India, have solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. That means these are the these are the nature. This is what the nature of the preamble is telling us. Nature of preamble is telling us about the constitution, and this is telling about the preamble itself. The nature of our constitution shall be sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. After this, the things come are having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and to secure. That means the motto has come now. What is the motto? The aim. And to secure to all its citizens justice. Justice could be of three types: political justice, economical justice, and the social justice. Justice, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, and equality, fraternity, and unity and integrity of the nation. This is what the preamble terms hold. That means the source people of India is providing. Providing what? This is the nature. That means sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. What does sovereign mean? When we talk in terms of sovereign, sovereign means that we are our own leader. No other member from the outer country can come inside our country in order to rule. Therefore, we are sovereign. That means you cannot come. If you are a member of the other parliaments, other countries' parliament, you cannot come inside our country and you cannot just tell us to that or do this. You cannot tell me what to do. Like that sort of situation refers to sovereign. Then we have the socialist. Socialist means that being socially aware. If the equality has to be maintained, then maintain the equality in the social affairs as well. Like no economical crisis shall be there. Of course, they will prevail, but there shall not be crisis like if you are weak in the economy section of our society, then you cannot participate in anything. That's not the case. That means the socialist has to be done. Then we have secular. Secular refers to following all religions, and India is secular state where so many religions are followed. Then we have the democratic. That means the people shall be deciding their own rulers. This is what the democratic means. Then we have the republic. Of course, India is known as Republic of India. This is what we call or we term it to be as Republic of India or Indian Republic. Not just India, it is Republic of India or Indian Republic. Then we have the justice, liberty of thoughts, expression, belief. You are free. You are free to do whatever you feel like, except for the alien community. That means alien community are not allowed to speak or say anything against our country. And regarding this, there's a question in ADSO as well. Where's the question paper? Here, I believe. Huh. The question says that alien community, that means those who are not the citizen of India, the alien community we have, they do not have this right to freedom of speech and expression. Against anything, they cannot do that, right? So like this, you can just click. Coming back to our preamble, it needs us right now. Okay. Then we have fraternity. Fraternity refers to the brotherhood. Coming from the same soils, sharing the same mother, sharing same land, same water, and same everything. That means the brotherhood. And then the unity, bhaichara. Okay? This is what the aim, motto, and the source of the preamble says. Now one more question. One more question is that is preamble the part of constitution? Is preamble the part of constitution? Firstly, the jury said no. Then a case arose. During that period of time, that means Keshav Ananda case versus state of Kerala versus state of Kerala. So in this, during this judgment, it was decided that yes, it is a part of constitution. Before, preamble wasn't, but now preamble is part of constitution. Therefore, they can ask you this question directly. So you need to focus upon this. Now, when I talk about socialist, regarding this, I have a theory. Not a theory, actually a story it is. In USA, the president's rule is there actually. So the president of India said that uh, no Muslim country shall be allowed the visa or the passports to our country. The jury at that point of time said, you are discriminating people on basis of the religion. President being smart, he said that, okay, I take back my following statement and I will rewrite and then present it in front of you. Then he said that the countries which we believe are alien and which we believe that they might be suspect towards towards the security of our country, therefore they shall not be allowed. This time the jury was impressed, like this time they were like, okay, no discrimination was there, so let it happen, and therefore the rule was passed. That's why it is important that you are social, but actively social being most important part. All right, so this is about your preamble. So I hope you have now understood what preamble is, what constitution is. This was just the basic intro. I hope you have understood it well. So comment down what you liked about the video, and thank you and keep watching.
Welcome to StatUp Academy, India's exclusive coaching for ISS, where statistics meets excellence. StatUp Academy,